I want to show y'all how y'all can boost y'all confidence, but I also want y'all to understand that confidence is one thing and cockiness is another. Um, Here's how I boost my confidence, and it's not necessarily a booster because it's just who I am. Like, I want you to ask yourself, like, what do you believe in? What do you believe in that means a lot to you? What is it in your life that drives you forward? What do you have that means something so much to you that it's like, bruh, I'm not gonna let this die on me, bro. I gotta fight for it. Do you have something to fight for in your life? What do you have to fight for in your life that drives you? And is it, I don't know, maybe a passion? Do you want to do something? Now, one thing about the media that they get wrong about confidence is ignorance and cockiness. And that's one thing that makes me less confident, but it depends on what it is, because there's times where I may look ignorant because some people do try to walk up to me and try to tell me who the fuck I'm supposed to be, but they don't even know who I am. So like, cockiness and ignorance is one thing, but when someone tries to walk up to you and try to say, "Oh, you supposed to do this," da, 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 what the fuck what the fuck do you know about me? What have you been through that I've been through that can give you a right to tell me what the fuck I'm supposed to do and what direction I'm supposed to be headed when I already know where I want to go? Like, when people try to tell me where I'm supposed to be headed when I already know where I want to be headed, it's like, bro, you can't tell me shit. I'm going to fight for this. I already have my purpose. And that's the word I want to mention. Purpose. What is your purpose? Like, what do you want to be? What type of person do you want to become? What life do you want? And some people really don't know. A lot of people really don't know. They don't know. And I think one of the factors in my confidence comes from where I grew up and the people I was around. But it also depends on how you react to it. Like, I grew up with a lot of fake family. I grew up with abusive parents who had no purpose. They didn't go anywhere. And you would think that I would become like them, confused and lost. But if anything, I became the opposite, and I'm going to do better. I will, and I'm going to fight for that. Confidence is something a lot of people need to learn, and my friend is struggling with it. He actually is more in shape than me. That's one thing that I want to talk about. Accountability. One of the things that makes me very confident in myself is that I'm willing to hold myself accountable. But it also depends on the situation. If somebody fucked with me and I went off and people got mad at me for how I reacted, I'm not going to hold myself accountable because I'm not the one who started it. If I'm going to be ignorant, it's going to be towards something like that. Because, no, I'm going to hold that person accountable because he's the reason I felt this way. So when it comes to stuff like that, that's when you'll catch me a little bit repulsive and stuff like that. But one thing about me is I'm 6'4". I actually want to lie about that because I honestly want to leave my height a mystery to people for some reason. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna leave my height a mystery for entertainment purposes. I'm not gonna cap. I want to go around telling people I'm 5'2" because I know I'm 6'4". But whatever, that's for entertainment purposes. Yeah, confidence on the media is very different from real confidence. Like, real confidence is knowing yourself, knowing that there's something for you in this world and you're willing to go for that and you believe that you can achieve that. And cockiness is just becoming delusional that you're everything you're not. The biggest factors in my confidence is the fact that I'm willing to hold myself accountable about the things that I need to improve on. That's why I'm so confident. is because I look at myself and I'm like, you know what? I need to improve on this. I need to improve on this. And I'm willing to accept the fact that I'm not there yet. But the fact that I'm willing to hold myself accountable, the fact that I'm willing to do what's necessary to get there makes me more confident, because everybody else complains. Everybody else wants to accept that there's nothing wrong with them. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, you know what? I need to do better. And I'm willing to do that. And I'm like, nobody wants to hold themselves accountable and do better. Everybody believes they're perfect. So to look at me and myself and I'm like, you know what? I got to improve on this. I need to do something better to make myself more valuable of a person. And nobody really does that. They get ignorant and believe that there's something they're not. And me, I know how to be confident, but I also know how not to be cocky. I don't want to be cocky. In fact, it's kind of cringe for me to be cocky. I don't like cockiness. And if I seem that I'm being cocky, then I'm pretty much joking. I would probably be joking. Like, I know my standards when it comes to what I am and what I'm capable of. If I'm not good at something, I'm going to simply say that, hey, I'm not good at this. I need practice. I need to do better. I'm not going to be like, no, I'm better than you, knowing that I'm fucking shitty at it. Like, I'm not going to simply sit there and play basketball knowing that I got no points and say I'm the best player on a team. I can't do that. If I'm the worst player on a team and I'm saying I'm the best player on the team, but I got no points, I can't do that. So many people on the media do that. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be that type of creator. I'm going to acknowledge my flaws. I'm going to stand on my flaws and use that as a way to boost myself to do better. I use my inconsistencies to resolve into something more consistent. So there's one thing that I want to improve about myself. I want to become more in shape. I want to make more money. And I'm not afraid to admit the things that I need to improve on. A lot of people are scared to do that. And I understand why, because they care about what people think about them. Me, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what people think about me. So I want to show you how not to give a fuck. The reason I don't give a fuck what people think about me is the fact that no matter how good you are in this world, people will always find a problem with you. People will always find a problem with you, no matter how good you are of a person, no matter how good or bad. Regardless of how good you are of a person, people are still going to find a problem with that. You can be Mr. Beast. They tried to cancel Mr. Beast. Bro, canceling Mr. Beast is crazy, bro. So remind yourself, I want you to remember this vividly. No matter how good you are of a person, there is always going to be somebody who's going to find a problem with you. And the fact that there's always someone who finds a problem with you, even though you've overcome something, even though you've become better, even though you did nothing wrong, it pisses me off to a degree. Like, you know what? I've done everything that you shamed me for. I've overcome everything that you said I couldn't do, and you're still fucking with me. You know what? Fuck you. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. That is how you never give a fuck. Keep in mind that no matter how great you are, someone will always be there to shame you and make you the bad guy for no fucking reason. And if it is a reason, it's a pretty stupid, petty reason. People are preying on your downfall, no matter how great you are. Always. Always. And I find it crazy how people always say, oh, be positive, this, that. I'm telling you, it's more negative people in this world than there are positive. I don't give a fuck how positive you are about this, and I don't give a fuck how much faith you have in society. I've lost my faith in humanity. I'm sorry to say that. Not even Mr. Beast has restored my faith in humanity. But I do know that I can have a good life, but I just have to have the balls to live it. And I do, you know. Got to be able to face and accept the truths about society. And regardless of how good you are of a person, there's always going to be somebody there to hate on you. So you need to remind yourself that I am confident. And even though I've improved on myself, there's still going to be people here to hate on me. That's just how it is. Just accept the fact that people are always going to hate you, no matter how good you are, no matter how valid your point is, no matter how famous or creative you are, there's always going to be somebody there to hate on you. And the fact that that is the case, why are you wasting your energy worrying about what people think? If you can be the greatest person on earth, knowing that people are still going to hate you, why are you wasting your time worrying about what other people think about you? Think about that. Think about it. You could be the greatest filmmaker, the most popular rapper, the best singer, the best charity giver, and people will always find a way to hate you. Always. So given that that is the case, why bother wasting your energy giving a fuck what people think? Now, here's where people get these things wrong. Given what I said, a lot of people will take that and run with it and make that an excuse to be an asshole. That's not what I'm saying, because I know how to keep the balance. I know when to be an asshole and when not to be. I know how to be respectful and not let my ego talk how I want to. I'm always respectful, but I only get disrespectful when I'm disrespected. So that's not an excuse to be out speaking and outrageous and talking crazy and getting attention. No, that's not what it's about. It's just being aware that don't let that energy get wasted on the fact that people are watching and you don't want them to think of you as a specific person, or, you know, regardless, they're going to judge you. So what's the point of wasting that energy? But don't take this video and use it as a way to be an asshole. And that is what people do on social media. That's the problem with confidence on social media. People think confidence is an excuse to be an asshole, talk how they want, not give a fuck, and be cocky and delusional. No. Being confident is different. It's about knowing who you are, believing in yourself, and being the best version of you, holding yourself accountable, and understanding that you are who you are. And regardless of what people think, you got to move forward with your life. Because no matter how great or bad you are, people are going to criticize you for any little thing. People are petty. They have no lives. They don't believe in themselves. They're jealous. So don't use this as a way to be an asshole. Use this as a way to remind yourself not to waste your time caring about what people think. The only time you should care about what people think is if you're auditioning for a movie or some shit. But, you know, that's different. There's just certain areas where you should care. But I mean, don't care in a way where, you know, trying to impress people. Especially when it comes to dating. But you also want to keep in mind not to make your partner feel uncomfortable. You still want to keep boundaries. You still want to keep boundaries and respect people's space. You still want to make your partner, you know, feel comfortable with you. You want to make sure everyone is balanced. So you shouldn't care what people think, but you should also be aware of boundaries, respect, and having a good energy around you to where you attract people. So that's all I wanted to say. If you want to boost your confidence, just believe in yourself and stop caring what people think. Because regardless, if you lose weight right now, if you're chubby and you need to lose weight, remember, once you get in shape and you boast about it, there's going to be a hater waiting for you. There's more haters while you're in shape right now. Like me, but I'm confident. I still go to the gym. I still know I need to improve. I hold myself accountable. This is not the green light to make you accept the fact that you are, struggling with being fat and everything. A lot of people try to justify being fat, bro. Listen, there's certain things that's really important to our health. I think we should all take that into consideration. That's just simple health. But, a lot of people pretend to care just to be assholes. That's another thing. Like, they just want to tell people what to do. At the end of the day, it's up to people to make the decision for themselves. But if you need confidence, remember, people are going to judge you regardless. They're going to judge you anyway. Don't waste that energy trying to improve or impress other people. That's all I want to say. That's how you boost your confidence. And remind yourself, what do you want in your life? What are you fighting for? How bad does something mean to you? Because a lot of people say they're confident and they have something that means something to them, but I don't see it in them. I don't see it within them. I don't see it. People say certain things, but I don't see it. Me, I have something that means something to me. You can hear it in my fucking voice. I'm murderous about this shit. I will fight for it. I will die trying to get it. You have to have something that pulls you out of that sad, confused mindset of yours. If you want something, fight for it. I don't mean shove it down people's throats. I don't mean force it onto people. Because, like I said, boundaries and shit. Not everybody's going to think the way you think. But that's a different conversation. But think about the things you want and use what hurt you in the past to push you forward, to make it worth it. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe.